What's good, y'all? It's your boy, The Answer, man. This Ynw Melly case crazy. Girlfriend was just picked up. They've been looking for her for a year and a half. He's the one who had the FaceTime call, and when he needed her to pick him up after he allegedly did what he did in the car and then hopped out. On the other side, they're trying to make it look like they were ambushed. Were they really ambushed, or did it happen from inside the car? This is why the girlfriend is so important. Let's get to the content, man. There's a lot of detail, man. Pay attention. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Let's get it.
You seen they picked up Melly's girlfriend?
Yeah, they say they caught them coming back in the country. Where she was at? Stashed away? Why she come back?
That money run out probably.
Yeah, you might be right. It don't take a lot to survive in the DR, though.
Yeah, survive but live, you know.
Man, the DR cheap. Police officers out there get paid like $400 a month.
Damn, like that.
What's going on with I don't know the significance of her in the case anyway. I don't be following the little nigga case. What, she was a witness or something or what?
Yeah, so allegedly, when he got dropped off, this is what they say in the prosecution. He and the Cody in the car, he killed the people in the car, right? He and the Cody. The Cody drops him off right before the Cody goes to the hospital with the dead bodies in the car. He FaceTimes the girlfriend. The mom overhears him FaceTiming the girlfriend. The girlfriend disappears. Prosecution can't find her. The mama then gets subpoenaed. She testifies. Melly mom
He FaceTimed the girlfriend. What, he showed the bodies or something? I don't.
basically FaceTime him from the pickup spot, and then he gets picked up later on. So they want her to verify whether or not did he FaceTime him from the pickup spot, did he call you, and did he have blood on him?
Yeah, but they could have checked the records and seen that.
They don't got a phone.
They couldn't see if a call went from him to her.
They know a call went from him to her, but they don't know the details of it. She already gave the deposition that happened. Then she disappeared. So she already told the cops that
She
he
gave a
FaceTimed her
deposition.
already. Then she disappeared.
But FaceTime, but did she see something? They could be anywhere. I could FaceTime you, nigga, but from right here. Like,
Right.
what the that mean?
That's what they're saying. She
You know
FaceTimed
what
him
I'm
from the
saying?
bushes. Yeah. It's supposed to be from some bushes near the hospital. That's what they saying.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So the Cody basically drops him off right before he delivers the body to the hospital. They allege that Melly calls her from the phone, FaceTimes her for the pickup, lets him know who's picking him up. That's the other angle on it, right?
So did she pick him up?
No, because she's too far away.
So he was asking her to pick him up.
Right. And that's what he's allegedly told her who was supposed to pick him up then. The mom of the daughter hops in the car, starts driving down towards, you know what I'm saying? Towards the whole scenario. So they got the mom on that.
But don't
They
they
picked the
already
mom
put
up.
Melly in the car though? Like, didn't they? Is he all?
See,
They can't do that. Is that what it is?
see,
This nigga been in jail
the
6
issue,
years.
the issue is that when the Cody goes to the actual police office, right? He tells us some bull story, right? They fact check that story. They're like, yo, we don't see no shell casings. We don't see nothing. You said it was a shootout on the freeway. We don't went 2 miles up and down. We don't see nothing. He then lets them know that he was at a studio
You
earlier,
don't gotta see shell cases. Just because you don't find no
right?
shell cases don't mean it didn't happen.
So they go back to the nigga, right? He tells them, no, we was at a studio earlier. They go to the studio to get the video. They see on the video that there's one person missing, right? So the cops then go to the dudes in the other car. They give another story how he hopped in their car. So now the detectives is like, wait, you didn't tell us how you hopped out the car on the freeway and hopped in you guys' car. You said you guys split. So now they're looking for old boy. After everybody give all the statements, they basically give the warrant for his arrest. Because everybody's trying to protect him and say he wasn't even there. And they got the video from the studio saying that he hopped into the car. So at some point, he got out that car somewhere. And that's the discrepancy.
So they got him in the car,
They got him hopping in the car,
but they don't
and
know
then
when he got out the car.
right, and then the car shows up later with the two dead bodies at the hospital with the Cody in it, and he's not in the car at all.
Well, he didn't tell him where he got out the car.
He ain't telling. Everybody else told him something, a different story. The Cody says that he hopped
Oh,
out
so
at
he
some
never,
point.
he
Right,
never told him. I got out the car over here, so they could have went back to the cameras and seen that.
nothing. So everything they pull the E-way video, they don't see nothing. They don't see no hop out. They pull the video of the apartment complex where they were staying at, the security footage. They see the other car going to the house. They don't see the other car that Melly was in pulling up ever. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I thought that car went to the hospital.
Two cars, right? One car has like four people in it. The other car has Melly and the other dudes
He
in it.
talking about the car he was in. I thought he went to the
That one
hospital.
went to the hospital. The other car went to
Yeah,
the
so they
house.
wouldn't see. They wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't see the car. They wouldn't see that car back at the apartment building because it's at the hospital with the bodies in it, where
Right.
the nigga hit.
But the niggas in the car that went to the house said that Melly hopped out the other car, got in their car, and went to the house.
Oh, well, that ain't gonna stand up
That
because
ain't gonna stand up.
that.
And it
Yeah,
also
that
ain't
ain't
gonna
gonna stand
stand
up.
up because they pulled the phone record, right? They got the phone records of the phones traveling together. You see how it happens. Separating right before the hospital, and then his phone accessing Wi-Fi at somebody else's house. So that's what they alleging that that's the pickup person picking them up, going to the person's house, accessing Wi-Fi.
Well, they would have seen the phones. They'd have seen them separate. If they can see the phones traveling together, they can see where the phones separate.
They got that.
Okay, so they'll see exactly when it's separated and when it's where it's separated. So it's obviously. Well, what the nigga, the other nigga, he's still alive, but he dead too. The one that drove to the hospital.
He alive. That's Cody.
So what he saying?
He ain't saying
So he ain't saying Melly did it one way or another.
nope. He keeping quiet.
So wouldn't they think if Melly shot dude, he'd have said something? Who shot him? It had to be the same that killed the other niggas, right?
Right.
Four niggas in the car, two niggas dead, one other nigga hit. The fourth nigga they saying is Melly, right?
Right.
Okay, so he shot. So he ain't saying it was a freeway shooting. He ain't saying none of that. He just ain't saying nothing.
Let me say. So what he did was he already gave the story to the detectives at the hospital. Right. He's the one that's basically saying that hey, they got ambushed. He never said shit about Melly. The fact that he said that they was at the studio earlier is the reason they knew Melly was in the car.
That's cool. So he's
Right.
saying they got ambushed somewhere.
Right.
Okay. How they know when the ambushing started, Melly didn't get up out of there?
That's the point. They geo-fenced the whole area, pulled the phones from the ambush spot. No shell cases, no nothing, no other phones but the four phones. Melly's phone, Cody, the two defendants. That's it in the whole area.
So where did the phones separate at? What area?
Hospital. Right before the hospital, three phones are together. Melly phone separates.
He's supposed to get out of there. I'm not going in there with two bodies.
Right.
Yeah, he's supposed to. That don't mean he did it. That just means he was there when it happened. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean he
Right.
did it, bro. If I'm in the car, four of us in the car, niggas ambush, right? Whoa. The driver's still able to drive. He headed to the hospital. When we get to the hospital, nigga, I'm not going in the hospital. I'm out of there. That's a fact. I'm not going up in there.
The
You
only
hit.
thing that
There's two
yeah,
bodies dead. You hit. Fuck, I'm
right.
going to the hospital for. At that point in time, I
I'm
want to
going.
be a witness.
I'm going.
Yeah, I'm not going in the hospital. I'm not going in there. That don't mean he did it.
This is the only thing that they know. You're 100% right. They know that the person in the left passenger seat did the from the stippling, testing the angle of the blood splatter. They don't know who did the murder, except that the person in that back seat did it. That's the issue. That's it. They
So
don't
where
got the
was the
gun.
bodies at? Where the bodies was left in what position?
Uh, front passenger, rear passenger.
Front passenger rear, so the nigga in the left passenger driver's side.
Right.
And they got the drivers, the nigga that went to the drove him to the hospital.
Right.
So he couldn't have did it.
Nope.
So they
Not
saying the nigga in the
not from the angle of the
right.
shots and the
So
blood splatter.
that's the strongest thing they got. They want to put Melly in that seat. So okay.
Exactly.
So with the cameras at the studio got, they don't show where he got in the car at?
Show
Is
where he
he
got in the car at. Yep.
so where you get in the car at?
The left rear passenger seat.
Yeah, okay, so that's what they gonna use to try to book him right there.
Right there.
If we putting you in that seat and the people the people that's saying where the shots came from based upon where how the bodies was hit, they're saying it came from the left, the passenger seat, dude, that's driver's seat, right? Driver's side.
Right. Driver's side passenger.
And if they put that nigga in that seat, they putting him in that seat. So what he's trying to say is, I left this. Yeah, I got in the car to the car at the studio, but I got out. So he's saying somebody swapped with him, or maybe, somebody had to swap with him. It was 4 people in the car. It was always 4 people in that vehicle.
Right. That's why the hop out. Show me where you hopped out at. We got the E-way video. We
But
don't
even
see
if
no
you
hop out.
hop out, that means it had to been somebody hopped in, because we got the passenger front seat dead,
Right.
passenger back seat dead,
Right.
driver front seat hit. That means somebody hopped in. If the specialist is right about where the gunshots came from.
I don't think driver front seat is hit though. Let me double check that.
What you mean? You say he dead. There's 2 niggas dead.
No, I'm saying the driver of the car
So you mean to tell me he just went to the hospital and stayed there?
just went to the hospital, dropped the bodies off, and gave that fake story.
Oh, so he not hit.
He not hit.
Why would the nigga go drop the bodies off? I'm confused.
I'm
None of that
confused.
makes sense. If you in cahoots with the murders, why is you taking the bodies to the hospital?
Put him in the
Supposed to
trunk
find them in the car on fire.
somewhere. And that's the issue with them telling the story. They told that story, Wack.
If that's the
That's what
case,
they came up with. Yeah.
if that was the case, it'd been more believable for both of them to be there.
There you go.
Mhm.
Both of them to go in there.
But after they pull the forensics, they see that the outside of the car was shot up afterwards, right? So they kind of made it stage like a drive-by. They shot up the car afterwards, but they can tell from the angles of the wounds because they hit the actual dude still in the car. So they can tell that those wounds were after they were already dead.
So did
So
they
like a
find the
30
car?
minutes to an hour afterwards, yeah. That's
Ain't
what
no
the quote,
ain't no
quote
bullet
unquote the
holes in the
Cody did.
car.
Bullet holes in the car going left and right and right and left. But they can tell from the angle hitting the bodies
Know what I'm saying? Is the
that
bullet
this
holes
wasn't a
going
driver.
inside out or outside in? You could tell.
Both. Both.
No, they did. They went back supposedly after the people was there and shot up the outside of the car to make it look like it was a drive-by. So it's bullets going that way too. But they determined that that was after the initial shooting that killed the people.
Well, how in
Because
the hell they gonna determine that?
those
I don't
wounds
know.
those wounds weren't bleeding. Those weren't blood wounds because the blood was already going out their bodies. So those are
No,
like already
bro,
bruising.
blood come from a nigga inside. How you gonna determine when the shots happen on the car? I know niggas right now driving around with gunshots in their car right now. Right now, niggas. Niggas got gunshots in their cars. Swear to God.
Hey, Brent, you said
Oh
the
yeah.
angles was off though, right?
You
Yeah,
get
the
what I'm
angles was
saying?
off. Yeah, because at that point the bodies were slumped in
No,
the
no, I'm
car.
not talking about.
Okay, go ahead. My fault.
I'm saying, how could they determine when those, what Brock said, when those shots was fired at the vehicle? You know what I'm saying? How could they, unless they got some video where that car, when they pulled into the hospital, they can see, right? Because they can, they can zoom in and
Yeah.
see ain't no bullet holes there. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
In the
How
hospital,
could
the
they
bullet holes was there.
determine?
The bullet holes was there in the hospital.
No,
So
he's
the
saying
bullet
I know
holes
what
was
you're
in the
saying.
car at the
Right.
hospital.
Right. They showed up to
Yeah,
the
so
car
Brock,
with it.
that don't make
Yeah.
sense, nephew.
Yeah.
If the bullet holes is with, in that car when they pulled it up, unless them little niggas is thinking, okay, pop a nigga in the car, get out, shoot the outside of the car. Even at that point, they can't say when them gunshots happened coming from outside that car. Now they could, with they specialists, say like, okay, these shots came from inside the car that killed him.
So
Right.
this is what they're
Because
saying, Wack.
I'm taking it that their wounds, if they was headshots, I don't know,
They were
head or neck or shoulder, had to been from their left side.
left to
Had to
right.
be.
Right.
It had to be. The niggas that's dead had to been hit from the left side, their left side of their face or neck or whatever. Right? They wasn't hit from their direct window side. This is how they putting it on the shooter in the left back driver's seat.
Right.
Cause if a nigga on the side of you up it on him, you got access to his left side. So the front dude in the passenger seat, left side. So I'm taking it. That's where they gunshot wounds was at.
Now stay right there. Now think about this. They hop out afterwards, right? The bodies are now slumped to the left side. All right. They then go to the outside of the right side of the vehicle, shoot it up to stage a drive-by. So now you have bullet holes in the bodies that were in the passenger side seat that are not consistent with being shot from the left side. They're consistent with being shot from the right side through the vehicle. They line up, so the bullet holes line up directly with the trajectory of the bodies being slumped over. So they're already dead, slumped over, and now they're saying the Cody shoots up the vehicle from the left side. I'm sorry, from the right side.
No, I get that. Hey Prince, did they have guns for the first and then guns for the outside? Did they use different weapons?
I gotta double check that.
They would have had to, because if they used the same one, they dead bang. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, they went back and they actually found the real area. They picked up all the shell casings, the glass from the vehicle, the outside, all of that. Yeah, so that chick is important because according to that theory, he hops out at some point, right, and actually get picked up, FaceTimes her, lets her know whatever they're talking about. Obviously, they can't tell what the FaceTime call was about, but they have what she already told the police. So they're only going off of what she told the police already, what the call was about, how he looked, if he's hiding in the bushes, looked like he had blood on him, X, Y, and Z. So everything that she said is what she told the cops, and then she disappeared. Then the mom basically said she overheard the FaceTime call between her and Melly, and she knew it was Melly because of how they were speaking back and forth. But remember that the mom, Melly's mom, has immunity for witness tampering for this whole. There's a whole lot of witness tampering going on between the mother of Melly, the mother of Mariah, and this Mariah chick.
All right, y'all, there it is. Now, we've covered a lot of trials on the channel, and there's certain intricacies with the Young Thug and others where it does get detailed. But in terms of this one, the interesting thing is, how do you prove if you don't have the SR on him because they didn't pick him up till months later? How can you time out when shots was fired from inside versus outside? It's just a lot of questions. And if somebody doesn't say he was in the car, I don't know how there's not reasonable doubt. But we're going to find out. Appreciate y'all tuning in once again, man. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, The Answer. Until next time, we out.